also gonna do there?
Oh, yeah. The poultry show, double show for both.
And there will be poultry showmanship. Poultry
Oh,
and
yeah.
bacon showmanship will both happen. On Saturday or Sunday?
The main show will be on Saturday.
Where do you?
A lot of breeders, are breeders, or really not breeders.
Although we've got multiple kids breeding their own heritage pens and commercial egg layers.
Which is awesome. Yeah, that's an awesome deal. I like that. If there's a way to do it, I think that's the way to do it.
We hope so. We'll see how they do.
Yes. We'll find out.
All right, Pygmy Goat, Pam asked me to cover for her as they just started school. So when we started our meeting, she was still actually at school. She wanted me to ask, there were several clubs that talked to us at fair toward the end of the year about possibly adding Pygmy Goat for this coming year. If you are one of those people, please reach out to her at the email listed on the agenda here, and let her know that. We would love to help you guys out in any way we can. We do have some people with nice goats available for kids that need them, and we'll have more before the end of the year. There is a show coming up Labor Day weekend. If anybody's interested in that, let either me or Pam know, and we'll get you information on that as well. It's going to be, I don't remember now. We'll, again, if we know you're interested, we'll make sure you get the email. Are we ready to go back to Kate? Okay.
So I don't know what's happening with KB, but we're talking about a 4-H promotional event, and I know she sent Ashley the information. It'll be September 23rd at the Park Place Mall at 10 a.m. All projects are invited, not just small stock. But a lot of people don't even know what 4-H is. I mean, even today I had my shirt on and they're like, what's a rabbit project? And so, I mean, it's just something to kind of get the word out and let people know what we're doing.
What time did you say it starts?
10 a.m. But my big thing is we can't take on too many more kids without more volunteers. So I would love to make it a volunteer drive also.
I have flyers for both.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty small volunteers.
Okay, and they will put it on the big screen in the food court area. So just kind of, I don't know if we can bring animals, but it would be really cool if we could have some animals there because people love him. So
I'll find out from all people.
exactly.
They just had a show at Park Mall where they had boxes of reptiles
Oh, cool.
and it was over by the food court. But it
Okay.
was like, we went to Children's Place, so it's like right, it was
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
So,
like by the,
If
yeah.
they allow reptiles,
I don't see why they
Yeah, so-
couldn't.
yeah.
September 23rd, it's a Saturday, right? At 10 a.m.
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
So I'm sure the rabbits and KVs come, chickens, maybe if you have them in something so they're not all, I don't know.
We'll confirm with Susan.
Let's go.
If they're enclosed, I'm sure it's fine. They don't want them running around. Yeah, no, I don't know the details, but that was one of my first questions because people want to see that stuff. It would be great if the kids came and talked about their projects and if they have anything to bring to show, photos and that kind of stuff. That's all I know as far as that goes for KV. I don't know what her plans are this year, but for Rabbit, because now I'm at Rabbit, right?
Yep.
At Rabbit, we're doing workshops once a month. We just had our first one with the leadership only, just kind of talk about what we do and how we do it and resources for the kids and that kind of stuff. Our kickoff workshop is going to be September 9th at 9 a.m. here, across the street at the CAC. I want anyone who's interested, maybe even a little bit in the Rabbit Project this year, to come check it out because we're going to talk about what it entails, what's expected for the year, what you need to be successful in the Rabbit Project. Any questions people might have. We're going to have as many breeds there as we can so the kids can see the different breeds, at least that are available in Arizona, because it's hard to get breeds from other places. Arizona's got certain ones that are more common. So we'll have a couple of different ex-4-H people, a couple of volunteers. I'm hoping a couple judges will come and just kind of be there to answer any questions and just kind of see what it's all about. So anyone who wants to come, 9 to noon over there.
Would it be too late to switch some of the clinics to like maybe a Sunday?
I
'Cause some
chose,
people are like, we have football, we have this, we have that, Saturday mornings games and whatever, so they were just wondering, like,
I think they're pre-scheduled already, that we've already got them approved.
approved.
Yeah.
yeah.
The following Sundays have already been pretty well booked after most of the rabbit clinics. So we're struggling to find some open dates for things now. Things have been really booked up, so.
Well, and I kind of just did what works for me. So, there's one right before the fair. The April one will be on an evening because
It's like a Wednesday.
it's a Wednesday evening. But for the most part, I kind of need at least one day at home. So.
Did you mention rabbit KV class?
Oh, yes. So we're switching things up a little again this year. So Rabbit KV Classic usually is held in March. Yeah, March. But they've been doing the expo or the showdown or whatever it's called now, where it's the whole state of Arizona comes out. I don't know if you all know about that. And it's all projects that show. So in order for and I to be able to help with that, we've decided to put Rabbit and KV Classic in January. Did we do that? Is it 27?
Was it the
That's
20th or the
what
27th? Okay, that's fine. 27th works for me.
Yeah, that's right. So January 27th
We went
will
back
be,
and forth.
yeah, we,
That's what I booked. I hope
Yeah.
that's right.
CAC also.
yeah, and it's kind of like our pre-fair show. So there'll be a breed show and showmanship and games and raffles and all of that stuff, food booth. So yes, that's the only different thing date-wise.
Colleen, dog project?
So Doug is going to, hold our first Wolfapalooza show November 18th. I'm still finalizing the premium book, but, I did for the dog project leader, that is here. I have the drill team guidelines that we're gonna include in the book. And then we also have changes to the long sits and downs. They've been modified for the novice and above. The times have been reduced and they will be on leash. And there's a talk about some state dog clinics and shows. I think the first one possibly going to start in October and be near Cochise County, which is down in Wilcox, Benson area, but the date's still pending. And that's what I've done.
Cool.
Okay, so hopefully by next month,
Okay.
I'll have it, and you spell my last name wrong. My name is not Jeanette Gina.
I got fingered it.
I think you did it on purpose.
Yeah.
It was an autocorrect.
That's autocorrect.
Yeah.
I
No longer
promise you.
fur and feather, it's fun and feather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Change the
That's all
name.
done. Yeah.
Is your last name
okay.
Bro?
My maiden name, but it's now Ginn, Ginn.
Oh, that's why
That's
she
fine.
got
That's
My
how I read it.
apologies.
What is it?
That's how I read it.
November 4th.
You're getting to that.
We haven't done it.
Come on.
It's
all
right. I'm impatient.
Anything else for Dario?
Nope.
Okay, I didn't want to cut you off. Got any updates from the county extension office?
I just want to remind you guys that enrollment is open on these weeks, so please sign up. I'll close it in, I think October 1st. I want to close it for our existing members. If we do have new people come, like, I get a lot of inquiries about, I'm new to the area, I want to join 4-H, things like that. I'm willing to accept this after October is usually when we close it. Yeah, that's what the state
Because my
says.
club, we cut it down in November and you guys
Oh,
usually
okay.
cut it down in December.
I don't know. Okay, then we can move it. The state
Okay.
usually does October.
I'm like, my
1st, but yeah,
bylaws
that's
till
fine.
November 1st.
No,
so it's
December
okay.
is better anyway,
Okay.
so that works. But I'm willing to accept new members after that. It just depends on your clubs and what your bylaws are. If you guys are accepting new members, as well. The expo is, or I guess it's not called expo anymore, it's the stock show and roundup, whatever it's
Oh,
called.
it's a roundup now.
Yeah, state stock show and roundup is the first weekend in March, so the 1st through the 3rd. That is happening again. Hopefully it's gonna be more organized. We're talking about having better judges and things, so hopefully that can get going.
We'll sign up on Z-Suites again for that.
Yes, registration is at the fairgrounds. Yes, that'll be at the fairgrounds. She's not running at the state offices, but Ashley's on the chair. She's one of the chairs, so. But the state office has taken it over, probably, but the state office has taken it over, so I'm helping with it as well, so hopefully I can get some people involved.
That's
It's
all the
all,
project.
it's all project.
Yeah, well, all is loose because horse and dog unfortunately are not represented. I tried to fight for horse and dogs, but I don't know how that's going.
But doesn't
so.
something happen with horse during that? You guys have like a show
Horse was
that
supposed to happen at the CAC, but they canceled
Oh,
themselves.
okay.
for reasons that.
It was a whole.
Because I'm like, I swore there was a show
Yeah,
that weekend.
it should have happened. Okay, yeah, I'll see. I don't know, Betsy, I don't know what her plan is, what she's trying to do right now. They're still talking about the state show, so I don't know.
That's not true.
Yeah, and that's might not happen, so
It might not happen.
I don't know for sure.
So, got any people running again? It's really a prime time for even ourselves to do events and stuff. If we can't get the crowd together, I'll push for that next year, especially if there's a projects we have here like Pigeon.
They've never done pigeon.
Yeah, they haven't.
They like not
None of us
do
do
dairy
that.
goat or picnic goat or
They
something.
didn't do dairy goat.
They didn't do dairy
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't had
Last
pigeon
year-
ever.
Last year we tried to have dairy goat, but could not find, whoever was in charge of that couldn't find a judge for some reason. That fell through. That was the biggest issue with judges, like the rabbit judge last year I heard was not great. So, hopefully we can.
Consider dropping rabbits off the table. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not ideal for a
Laying
judge
them
to
off.
drop.
But
them.
hopefully it'll be
Yeah.
better, but this office has taken that over, so I'm in the state office thing now, so we'll see how that goes. So if anything goes wrong, we can blame the state office, not me.
Quick question for you. So I have 2 kids last year that didn't get their poultry built
Yeah,
for next fall.
she's supposed to drop them off to me tomorrow,
Okay, I will let
cause I, haven't emailed
I'm
her
getting
back because
texts.
I'm waiting until they actually get to me. So.
That doesn't make sense for you. Can't they just
I don't
register?
know.
Can they register in the
I don't
club?
remember.
$5 project to enter last year.
It was pretty low.
It was minimal.
Does,
It didn't start out that way though.
Yeah, no, it didn't start out
It
that
did
way.
not start out that
It
way.
used to be
There were
like-
a couple of us who were like,
We're not paying, yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah.
And then they lowered it. Yeah, for it, even though they were charging us.
See what they're
We'll
willing
see.
to do.
or did someone
Yeah, I
ask
don't think
something?
they-
And we'll find some sponsorships.
I don't think they've set prices yet, at least talking about it, I don't know of any, so for coordinators, if you just copy the page, I'm pretty positive that Jill has been working on, she has the information to log in for this, so that I can clearly see where to go to make the.
The ownership deadline is firm as January 31st.
They were talking about that, but you were.
Oh.
Unless it needs to be different for
Unless there's a
whatever
reason we need to change it.
I think that's just what it was at last.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm just
that's what it
asking.
was. Yeah,
I have a reason, but I won't bring it up here. And then as far as Z Suites goes, do the FFA kids register through Z Suites at all?
no.
So how did they register for Expo?
They do go through Z Suites for that, but it's an external.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
an extra,
Yeah,
like a
it's
different link.
external,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it on Saturday, so I was like, I don't know.
It's totally separate, like they use the same link and then I think you like select if you're FFA and it takes you a different route or something. But,
Okay,
yeah, I don't know.
We weren't sure because I'm like, do we have to you guys set up for Z-Suites? We don't know.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't prefer to use Z Suites for signups, especially because FFA is separate and doesn't register on Z Suites. I think it's too complicated, so,
Well, it's confusing, like the
yeah.
the
I
sign
think
up.
it's easier to just use like a Google sign up or something like that. I prefer that, but that's not what the state office
The,
does.
the sign up, the way it was set up last year for like poultry and stuff, and well, rabbit, it was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd rather do my own if possible.
yeah. I'll talk to you about that. Okay, that's all I have.
All right, fur and feather. Again, that's not fun and feather.
But I kind of like that. I'm not opposed.
It is fun. Another autocorrect casualty there, sorry. Fur and Feather will be November 4 across the street. as usual. And we are doing a good job. We were happy to have the dog project back on board with us. With that, the way we organized things last year, the issues we had were small to an extent. But two of the big issues we had were some of the being very stressed. And just an overwhelming number of people through the middle of our shows. And just not paying attention to what they were doing and just walking through before they realized what they were doing. Even though we tried to really have designated, going to go back on the area, all of the other animal projects will have designated areas inside the covered arena. If we need to, I think for an added layer of security, I'm happy to put up the fencing along that side of the arena. I'm also happy to park that side of the arena full of cars as an added barrier if we need to. But I don't see any reason safety-wise why you to flip-flop it like that. And like I said, we really need, especially for some of those smaller animals, for them to be in the shade. Any questions?
Dog will decide if we join on that day. We already reserved a different day.
Yeah, because the Wolf Palooza.
Yeah, Wolfapalooza is scheduled for the 18th.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we'll see how they.
Took into account all the concerns that I received about it last year, from this entire group, so I secured a different date for you guys.
Okay. All righty. The next sale committee meeting will be September 5. I believe that's at 7 o'clock.
Yes. That's it.
Last several meetings have been, if that changes, please. And our next meeting for small stock will be September 11th, right here at 6:30 p.m. Any other questions or concerns? Thank you for coming. This meeting is adjourned.
I guess remind everybody about this Saturday.
My daughter's learning about
So
that.
yeah, coordinators, there is, thanks, Jeanette. But it's very minimal things, but Celia's gonna talk at the coordinators meeting about funds.
It should be there.
Yeah.
And they should be able to tell us exactly what they have on account. Rather than waiting for this meeting.
Yeah, Celia should
Yeah,
have that.
Celia should have that.
Yeah, and she's also gonna talk about our calendar and everything like that. I have to share, but yeah, if you can't make it up. Sounds good. The leaders meeting is before that at 9:30, so for club leaders, that's the 19th at 9:30.
19th at 9:30.
9:30 to the 19th.
Okay, so I need to be here at 9:30.
Premium.
Do you want to go with me?
Yeah, I was thinking I could.
No, it's
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here all day. I'm here from 9:30.
We're all saved. We're in Stockholm, break for lunch, we'll come back.
Yeah, I could come with you and I can just.
Yeah, just come with me, 'cause my husband's.
We get a lot of good information.
Yeah, and I know what's happening. Oh, should I cut it? Are we done?
Yeah.
He needs to talk.
Jill is.
As of 7:02, we're done.